You now are listening to the audio podcast of Prisoners of Hope, the antidote to what ails your heart. I'm your host, Dr. Deborah Whitson. So come on in, pull up a chair, and open up your mind as you get ready to receive the download that hope will bring. Hey, 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 it is a great day, and this is Dr. D coming at you. Today, I want to start by analyzing the title of the episode. What's that title? Glad you asked. Where's your ladder? That's the title. Where is your ladder? You know, a ladder, so we're going to analyze it. It says, look at the word ladder. A ladder takes you from one level to the next, right? One location to the next, correct? Correct? You can go up or you can go down. And the word where is ascertaining where is the location of that said ladder. So it's looking at the location. So the word ladder takes you either up or down, changes your level, and the word where ascertains the location of that ladder. Perhaps the location of the ladder is more important than the ladder. I want you to put that in your thought crock pot and simmer. I'll say it again. Perhaps the location of your ladder is just as important as the ladder. So today, I'm going to ask a lot of rhetorical questions. And the purpose is I want to explore some mind evoking possibilities in you. In other words, I want you to think. Are you ready to think? Okay, here comes the first question. Is it possible you have your ladder leaned up against the wrong wall? Is it possible you have your ladder leaned up against the wrong wall? That dog doesn't hunt anymore, but you keep on going back there. There's a book called Where Is My Cheese? And right now the author escapes me, but it's about opportunities as you run a maze of life. There's different characters, Skimpy and Scampy, and you know, and they're looking for a cheese that perhaps has been moved out of the maze. So the whole idea is that are you looking for love in all the wrong places? Are you looking for help in all the wrong places? I remember there was a movie called Looking for Mr. Goodbar. You can check the movie out. It's an old movie. And the premise was basically this woman would go to these bars and she was looking for love, and it ended very tragic for her. And it's going to end tragic for you if you have your ladder leaned up against the wrong wall. So there was a question, I guess, embedded deep in that. Are you looking for satisfaction in all the wrong places? You know, there's no way to do a right thing the wrong way. It doesn't work. My mother used to say, what she used to say, two wrongs don't make a right. Just because you do the wrong thing repeatedly and fast and doesn't mean it will ever turn into the right thing. Oh my goodness, I just had a moment of what you call delayed intelligence. The author of Who Moved My Cheese was Spencer Johnson. There, I spit that out. But let's go back. Let's explore what I mean by wrong walls. Do you have your ladder leaned up against the wrong wall? And it's very important that we identify what's in the wrong wall. So what I'm going to do is go through some possibility, some things that you might have in your wall, some things that you pin your hopes and your dreams on that are totally wrong. It's going to lead you down the road of destruction. The first thing is your possessions, okay? If you are a collector of anything like knickknacks, cars, books, baseball cards, just insert what you like to collect. You know that feeling of exhilaration and how it quickly dissipates as you glance over at the next big thing you're lusting after. So basically, the eyes are never satisfied. Because when you got that new thing that you thought that would satisfy you, complete your collection, you're lusting over the next thing you're going to add. The Bible warns us against what will happen if we put our hopes and dreams into our worldly possessions. Matter of fact, in Matthew 6:19 through 21, he basically says that don't lay your treasures on the earth where there are moths and there is rust and there are thieves that come and destroy it. Okay? And he talks about laying yourself up treasures in heaven where there will not be rust, they will not be moths, and they will not be thieves. So your possession is a wrong wall to lay your hope up against because you're never, ever, 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 ever really satisfied, are you? And everything dissipates in time. Your appearance is another thing. As time goes on, what appears tends to change. Have you noticed that? Appear. The word appears means there's some kind of motion. It changes. If you base your worth on appearances, your reality is skewed toward fakeness and lies. And that's the language of the devil. The richness of the unseen world, you will miss it. You will overlook it because that's where faith lies. And you won't see it at all because you're based on appearances. Okay? So appearances is the wrong thing to put your ladder against, whether it be psychological appearances or physical appearances, because every day things change. You get pretty, 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 and then everything starts going down. The face starts drooping. The muscles are not as clear and defined. So appearance is a fleeting thing. It leaves. So that's not a thing that you want to put your ladder up against. Next thing is your opinions. Opinions can affect your field of vision. So I always analyze words being dyslexic. It has the word pen in it. So if you base your ladder on your opinions, then they tend to pin your vision against the wall. So your opinions tend to limit what you see. What's the old saying? Opinions are like a booty holes, and everyone has one. And they all can stink. Opinions are like asshole. Everybody has one, and they all can stink. That's what I'm saying. Excuse the language. So you don't want to pin your life, your visions against the wall of your opinions. Your abilities, oh man, your abilities. There's no such thing as a self made person. We all have holes in our abilities. Our repertoire is not complete. We all need others to help us along the way. Your abilities limit your visibility of help that's on the horizon. Did you hear what I said? Your abilities can limit the visibility of possible help on the horizon because you think I got it. I don't need any help. That kind of reminds me of this old joke. You probably heard it, but I'm going to tell it again. There was a storm, and this guy was very, faithful, and he had a close relationship with God. And the fire department came by, and they said, you need to get aboard because the waters are going, of the river going to rise. And the guy said, no, no, I have faith. I have faith in God. I'll wait. And so the fire department said, okay. And then soon the rescue department, some kind of life rescue, came in jeeps, and they say, "Get aboard! The waters are rising. I don't think we're going to be able to come back." And he said, "No, no, I have faith in the Lord. I will wait. I will wait." And the waters begin to rise. Soon the water is way over, the first floor, and they come by in a boat, and they were like, "Come on, jump down on the boat. We come to save you." The guy says, "No, no, no. I'm waiting for a miracle. I know I know I have the ability to have faith." Now, isn't that interesting? The ability to have faith. And I'm waiting for it to manifest within me. Did you hear me? Manifested with the meat, like the guy waiting. So the water goes all the way to the roof, and they come with the helicopters. They're like, grab the rope. Come on. And the guy says, no, I know, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And then he dies, and he goes to heaven. He goes, Lord. I mean, I really had the ability to have the faith that I need. And he said, what did you want? God says, what do you want? I send you a a fire truck, a jeep, a boat, a helicopter. You had to reach out of yourself, your ability, and grab on. So I started this diatribe by saying that sometimes your ability limits your vision of help on the horizon. Okay, on the horizon. Okay. Titles. Oh, titles. You know, titles are lonely bedfellows. They don't comfort you in time of hardship. In my living, I have found that a title doesn't earn respect and admiration from people. Your title. It really doesn't. People don't really care about your title until they know you care about them. So, titles, you cannot lean your ladder up against titles. Very lonely life if you do that. The next is your vision. Your vision is limited. There is more in the unseen world than the seen world. So if you base things on your vision, you're you're missing at least half of everything and probably much more. Your past. Oh, we have to reflect on our past, right? So that we can take our knowledge into the future. You need to reflect on your past to take knowledge into the future, but you should not dwell on your past. I'll say this again. It's important to learn from your mistakes, but you shouldn't drown in your mistake. Because if you're too busy looking in the rear view mirror, you're going to miss the pothole. You're going to miss the blessings of today. Matter of fact, I really love Isaiah 43:18 through 19. And Isaiah basically says, a lot of people don't quote this part of it, and I think it's very important. He says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, this is where most people quote it from. I am going to do a new thing, and it springs up. Don't you see it? Why perhaps can you not see it? Why does he tell you to let go of the past? You can't see it because you're dwelling on the past. So the blessings are right there, but you can't see them. If you depend on any of these things, your possession, your appearance, your opinions, your abilities, your titles, your vision, your path, it's going to lead to burnout. So let's explore the signs of burnout. They fall into two basic categories, the various symptoms of burnout: physical and the mental. Physical, you have things like aches and pains and illness. Are you sick all the time? Insomnia, you can't sleep. You can't sleep because you can't shut your mind down. Being exhausted and fatigued. These are physical signs of burnout. Burnout can also take a mental state, harder to identify, but you have irritability, maybe change in behavior, m- um, being moody, being apathetic, you don't care about anything, having cognitive problems like thinking clear or thinking about the same thing over and over again and not getting anywhere, being very cynic or sarcastic. These are all mental. But what's really interesting is that the mental can meet the physical, and it tends to create things like isolation. You're not motivated. Do you procrastinate a lot? And I'm not talking about a good procrastinator who a person's highly intelligent and they use the excitement of, the time crunch to get them to be very creative. I'm talking about a person who procrastinates and it's to the detriment of that person. Are you a person that procrastinates and it doesn't turn out well? Do you have loss of effectiveness? These are all signs of burnout. All these symptoms lead to a total mental meltdown. Well, tune in next time when we explore the best place to place your ladder. And we will look at the characteristics of the righteous wall so that you can move your ladder there. God bless. My hope is that this journey has been fruitful and you're able to take it and apply it to your life. Until next time, tune in again for the Prisoners of Hope podcast. God bless.